So welcome back to the Art of Crochet blog, and this is square number 27, and we're going to work with this lovely periwinkle yarn. Isn't it nice? I'm one step ahead as ever, so I've made my circle with 5 chains, and I'm starting off doing the treble clusters. Now this little pattern has got some lovely treble clusters around that look like petals. So we do 2 treble clusters on the first round, that's 7 of those, and then we do double treble on the third round. So we just keep going round. So this first round we do 2 chain and then treble clusters. Now there's a really good video tutorial on the website about how to do treble clusters, but here you go again. So 2 chain, yarn over into the center, and you go through a partial stitch, leave the loop on the hook, partial stitch, and then go through all 3. So 2 chain, I'll show you again, partial stitch, partial stitch, 3, and then go through all 3. Now I need to get, let's see, what does it say, 7 times, so that's with the first one, that's 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, so 2 chain, there we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we join to the top of the first stitch that we did, getting under 2 bars if you can, with a slip stitch. There we are. So that's round 1. Beginning of the second round, and we've done our 2 chain here, and do 1 treble into the same space, so in there, and another 2 treble cluster, so that counts as 1 cluster, and then 2 chain and another 2 treble cluster in the same space. So that's my 2 halves, and then through all 3, so that's 1 space. Now when you get to the next space, you do another 2 treble and 2 chains, 2 treble cluster I should say, so that's 1, and then 2 chains, but there's no extra chains in between the gaps between the spaces, so the chain goes here, and then for the next space you just go straight into your 2 treble cluster. Then 2 chain within the space, and another 2 treble cluster there. So keep going until you get to the end. So here we are on the third round, and we've done double trebles, then 3 clusters and 1 chain, and now we come to a corner where we're going to do a 2 double treble and 2 chain, 1. I keep forgetting to do that extra bit for my double treble. We've got so used to doing trebles, haven't we? Here we are, and then that's 1 double treble cluster, and then 2 chains and another one into the same space, and that will form the corner. There we are, and then 1 chain, and then we do our ordinary treble clusters in the next 3 spaces. So that's 1 treble cluster and a chain into there, and then that would be the next one there. 1 chain. Ooh. So keep going with the corners included until you get to... Here we are at the beginning of the 4th round, and we start off with 3 chain and 2 trebles in that corner space, and then 2 trebles in each of the next 4 chain spaces. So that's these gaps here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a bit confusing on the previous round because the corners, which were the biggest bits, were worked where there wasn't a very big gap. It was just in between 2 of the trebles, but it looks okay, doesn't it? So, but this one is in those chain spaces. So we're going to do 2 trebles in each space, and these ones are not clusters, so they're just regular trebles, meaning that they won't come to such a point rather at the top. They'll make a nice straight edge. So 2 into each of those gaps until we get to the next corner. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the corner space, which is in between those big double treble clusters, we're going to do 3 trebles, 2 chain and 3 treble. Again, they're not clusters, they're just regular. So that's our 3 treble, and then 2 chain and another 3 treble to go around the corner. So that gives it a nice firm edge at the side. So I'll see you when you get around. We are on the 5th round, and we're going to make 2 chains and then 1/2 treble into that corner space. And the 1/2 treble is where you go through all 3 at once. Now then it says into the 3rd chain, so I think this is our starter for 3rd chain. So I'm going to go into that space above there. And then it says for 13 stitches. Now if you count them, there are 13 spaces, but it means you have to remember to start right at the beginning here. So if you miss that little one at the top, at the beginning, then you won't have enough to go all the way along. So 1/2 treble into each of those stitches along the side. Now I'm interested, I think, since we've been doing this, my tension has got looser as I've got more confident in doing the crochet stitches and following the patterns, and I'd be very interested to know which of you have experienced something similar. Do you have a very tight tension or do you have a very loose one? I expect all of our squares will be completely different sizes because of the way that we work individually. Strange but true. So let us know. Has your tension changed since you've been doing this? This is the 27th square, so you've got a lot of skill now. And things will have changed. So keep going all the way around, and that's a nice 1/2 treble row to hold the whole square together. That's square 27.